This is self-advertisement. Like this show is advertising way too much.
Chicle!
Welcome to Chicle Chat, it's your boy Chicle, and we're back at it again with another Broadway review video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a review video on Tootsie. Wait, what the heck? And in today's video, we're going to be doing a review on Tootsie. Now, before we talk about this new comedy, make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, and that notification bell. And with that being said, guys, let's go! I'm just going to do a little short summary of the plot of Tootsie. It's about an actor who is struggling to get a job because of his behavior and his narcissism. And Michael Dorsey ends up auditioning for a role as Juliet's nurse in Juliet's Curse, which is like a spin-off of Juliet and Romeo. And in order to do that, he has to dress up as a girl or a woman. And he names himself Dorothy Michael. So he ends up being in the cast, and then Michael ends up spitting out some things, or Dorothy, whichever one you want to... You know, they're both the same character. Let's say Dorothy Michael. Well, then that'd be Dorothy Michaels. Wow. I didn't think about that. Anyway, Dorothy says some things that influences the producer to make some changes to the show, so now it goes from Juliet's Curse to Juliet's Nurse. Now, he is the main lead role and everything is going great. He falls in love with Julie, but realizes that he only met Julie as Dorothy instead of Michael, so it's awkward. And then Act 2 just gets super crazy and hilarious. That's pretty much Tootsie. Now, we're gonna first talk about Santino Fontana, played Michael Dorsey and Dorothy Michaels. He won a Tony for Best Actor, so he has to be a really good actor, which in a way, he really is a good actor because he's good at playing multiple characters with different personalities. You have Michael Dorsey, who is selfish, and you have Dorothy Michaels, who is caring and very, wise. Two different sides, like Jekyll and Hyde, but Mrs. Doubtfire, and kind of more of a diva. It's a weird mix. I have to say, Santino, he was good. I thought he did a really good job. Although, I did go see Beetlejuice, and Alex Brightman made me laugh so hard, so I wish Alex Brightman would have gotten the Tony. But, I mean, it's fine. I didn't vote, so it's really not my decision. Julie Nichols, played by Lily Cooper. I thought Julie did a fantastic job with her character. You could tell that she wants something, like being in a show or like trying to find someone to love with, and like you could tell that she wants it, and she has a great voice and she's amazing. She stands for what a woman is supposed to be. Then we have Sandy Lester, played by Sarah Stiles. She was so funny. I love the song What's Gonna Happen. She's just so funny. She's anxious because she wants to get a show like booked, but she couldn't because she panics. And when she panics, oh man, it's just so great. She's just on her breath. I love it. Max Van Horn is played by John Bellman. He's the guy who's in the cast of Juliet's Curse as Romeo's brother. This dude is so funny. He literally got a tattoo on his chest with the face of Dorothy Michaels. It just makes the musical so much funnier. Jeff Slater, played by Andy. And he has a really, really long German last name that starts with a G, and I'm gonna not bother pronouncing it because it looks hard to pronounce. Probably my best favorite character in the entire cast. He is smart alecky and very sarcastic, and he just delivers some great lines. And then he has a song called Jeff Sums It Up, which opens up Act 2, which kind of like summarizes what happened at the end of Act 1, which is just so funny on how he said it. You have to listen to that song. It's my personal favorite. I like it more than Unstoppable because it is just so well written and it's just so funny. Then we have Rita Marshall, played by Julie Helston. She's the producer of the musical Juliet's Curse, and I thought she did a fantastic job. I love the lines that she said. Then we have Stan Fields, played by Michael McGarth, and he is Michael's agent, but then fired Michael, but then hired him again and then fired him officially. But anyway, he wasn't on stage much, which I wish he would have been on more, especially like in the middle of Act 1. I feel like that would have been appropriate to add him in, but it is what it is. Other than that, I thought he did a good job. Then we have Ron Carlsleeve, played by Reg Rogers. I think I said the name wrong, but at least I got Ron right. This is my thought about him. I love his character. I think he was crazy good. He's the director, choreographer, the antagonist of the show. You could tell that he tries so hard to keep his cool, but he really can't, because he wants to share his view of his artistic view, which people don't understand, but aside from that, like, he's so good. Alrighty, so that's pretty much everybody, and then the ensemble was really good. Everybody was really great. The songs, I had to admit, some of the songs were really funny. Especially Jeff Sums It Up. That is the funniest song in the score. The funniest one. And then What's Gonna Happen is the second favorite song. And then Unstoppable is the popular one. The choreography, I thought it was really good. And so here's the thing about comedy. Comedy is my favorite type of musical. It's just like I love Book of Mormon and Avenue Q, The Prom, and like other Josh Cohen, which is like an off-Broadway show. And then like there's Tootsie, which is also a comedy, which I just recently saw. And one of the things about comedy is that comedy comes from honesty. And a lot of the characters were so honest. I noticed that all of the side characters were the ones that made me laugh the most, especially Jeff and Sandy. Now, I have to say, during that performance that I saw at the Marquee Theater, these two broke character at towards the end of Act 2 during their scene. Normally I would give that a red flag, but because it was a part that made the entire audience laugh, let me just tell you what Sandy said. They both look at each other in the eye after they kissed, and then like Sandy's just standing there breathing, and she's like, I want to ride you. You cannot not laugh at that. That was a double negative. But like, if that was me standing there, I would also break character. So I'm going to give that a pass. I could see why it won Best Book, because it was just like some of the lines that were delivered. Like, that was pretty good. I think the biggest thing for me is that how much they advertise the musical when they really don't need that much advertising. And I think the stuff that they advertise is like, when was the last time you laughed your butt off? Or like, you know, the funniest show, make you laugh. It'll like definitely make you laugh. But although the side characters did make me laugh, that was funny to me. What they wanted me to laugh or to think it's funny is Dorothy Michaels and Michael Dorsey themselves. And the more that they try to force that to be funny, the less funny I think it is, because again, it's about honesty. So I'm not saying that Santino's a bad actor. He did a good job as Dorothy and Michael. But honestly, like, if you're going to completely force people to, like, and forcefully advertise that, like, the show's gonna be funny because this character's funny, and then he's going to, and you're gonna expect that character to be the funniest, it's really not. That doesn't mean that his acting is bad, because he's a good actor and a good singer. And surprisingly, a really good tap dancer. During the bows, he dresses as Dorothy Michaels and does some tap dancing. I'm impressed. But from a comedy standpoint, I've seen some funnier shows where like main characters really made me laugh because they were so honest. That's why I wanted Alex Brightman to win Tony, because his comedy was so honest. Like, he just delivers it too. And Michael does the same thing in this musical, but it's just not as effective as Beetlejuice. So, with that being said, as good as the show was, I give this musical a 9 out of 10. Just to be fair, I really enjoyed this musical. I love comedy. It's something I would fall in love with easily. The musical's good. If you want to see it, they do a general rush for $42. They also have a lottery that you can enter on Broadway Direct. And yeah, that's all the time we have for this review. Stay tuned next week for another Broadway review every single Friday. See you guys. Peace out.
Right.